Hi. The brain is an amazing thing, and learning how to read requires many different parts of the brain. In order to read, one must be able to decode words, have a strong vocabulary, know the meaning of words, as well as the ability to read fluently so as to comprehend what is being read. Some characteristics of how the brain learns to read are: number one, the area of our brain that reads words is located directly next to the part of the brain that recognizes people's faces. This has led some scientists to the conclusion that this is the reason the other part of our brain can recognize words so quickly and easily when learning to read. These sight words that are practiced every day is an example of this. Number two, the temporal lobe is responsible for phonological awareness. This is where sounds are discriminated and decoding occurs. Number three, the frontal lobe contains an area called Broca's area. This is the area that is in charge of speech production and language comprehension. Number four, the angular and supramarginal gyres are responsible for linking together the different parts of the brain to form the shapes of letters in order to form words. And number five, white matter in the brain acts as a highway where information is transferred between different parts of the brain. Today I will be discussing a program called Fundations. Fundations was created by the Wilson Learning Group in 2002. It is a reading program created for students in grades kindergarten through third, but there's also a pre-kindergarten portion that is not as in-depth as the other grade levels. There are two tiers, one for prevention and one for early intervention. This can be taught as a whole group or in a one-to-one setting for extra support. It starts with working on letter formation, phonological and phonemic awareness, and sound mastery. Then it moves on to working on phonics, word study, irregular words such as trick words, and then finally works on vocabulary, fluency, comprehension strategies, and written comprehension, which is handwriting and spelling. This program uses different color cards to show students the difference between regular letter pairings and the irregular trick words. Students also have notebooks that they write down words they are learning so they can refer back to them at a later time. Teachers break down the words into sections to help students remember the words and be able to sound them out. Fundations also uses endings such as at, it, and others. They're more common to have the repetitive practice that helps with retention. Lessons are 30 minutes long so as not to overwhelm students with new information. Everything that is learned is also reviewed continuously and across curriculum. Fundations also has visual supports to help students, demonstrations of how to use the different techniques they are learning, as well as a magnetic board that students use with alphabet tiles to spell words, dry erase boards with pictures to show where to write letters on lines, and an alphabet notebook for younger students to see the letter and then a picture of something that starts with that letter. Progress monitoring tests also are used to help show if any students will need more of that rigorous training with a reading specialist. There's also a stuffed owl called Echo that becomes a signal for students to know when to repeat or echo the teacher, and they really seem to enjoy this. My background with this program is that I have been using it in special education settings for the last 4 years. Students really seem to enjoy it because it is a participation program, and students or the teacher can lead the group. Practice, practice, practice seems to be the motto for this program. It works really well for the students. They remember letter sounds and learn how to blend these sounds together to form words. The fact that this program is designed to be multisensory and engaging really makes a difference in the learning of students. While conducting my research more into the workings of Fundations and how it relates to the brain, I noticed a couple things. The first, that color affects neurological pathways in our brains and creates the biochemical response. And second thing is that color also helps with our cognitive system. Students use cognitive abilities to pay attention, remember, think, and to understand what is being taught to them. Fundations has an interesting approach to teaching students how to read by using colors, repetition, and one-on-one instruction. This is a great program to use with students because it is engaging and fun.